So, Dave.
So, Eric.
I hear you're really excited for the Pro Bowl. Why don't you tell me what you're looking for most out of the game and who you think's going to win?
Now, I will answer those questions because it is a football game, and I do enjoy my football. So, if there's something I'm looking forward to, it's to see whether or not these guys actually play a game. After last year's performance, that was one of the saddest excuses for a all-star type of game that I've ever seen in my life.
It's not an all-star type of game, though. That's the difference. Baseball does theirs mid-season. Basketball does theirs mid-season.
Hockey does theirs mid-season.
Or at least, more just after the halfway.
Soccer even does theirs mid-season. Why people that? Well, they do. It's funny.
The NFL doesn't do it mid-season because the NFL has no bearing on it. There's nothing. And that's why, believe it or not, Bud Selig made one of the worst moves in baseball a few years back. Well, part of the reason why he made the All-Star game actually count for something. He had to, cover up his screw-up of calling a tie in the one All-Star game. So the next year he said, okay, no more ties. We're going to make it, winner of the All-Star game gets, home field advantage in the World Series. So now guys show up, and at least they have a purpose to play. I think it's a stupid move because I still think the team who has the best record at the end of the year earned the home field advantage. But I understand turning this game into something that at least means something as opposed to nothing because it makes you go out and give some type of effort. In football with the Pro Bowl, they don't want to be there other than the free trip to Hawaii.
Yeah.
They could care less about the game because it has no bearing on anything whatsoever.
Which actually isn't even really a free trip, by the way. They get their ticket covered, but you're gonna go to Hawaii and not bring your wife or your girlfriend, or let's be serious.
Yeah, but that's all. It's all spare change.
I mean, they can afford. I know.
I'm not worried about how they're getting their girlfriend there. I could care less. What I care about is why even have the game if nobody gives a crap. Why?
They do it for the.
Don't give me the reasons why they do it. We all know why they do it. They do it for money. They do it because they've done it for years, and because they want to do it because all the other sports do it.
We can really squeeze an all-star game in the middle of the season. Let's be serious.
Me and you talk, very little about this, but every time we brought it up, you've said, "I want to go off on it." I'm waiting for you to go off, Dave. I want to hear it. I want to hear what you got to say about your amazing Pro Bowl.
Well, it's not about ripping the Pro Bowl itself. It's about the idea of giving fans something they actually rather watch happen. So fans don't care about this game because the players don't care about the game. It's that simple. If these guys were flying around, hitting each other, coaches were actually calling plays and game planning and 2-minute drills and the whole nine. Let me rock you if you come across the middle on a slant. Hopefully not get a 15-yard penalty because it's the stupidest rule in football. But anyway, all that stuff. I think back, one of my favorite Pro Bowl memories is watching Sean Taylor rock a punter on a fake punt. One of the only real plays of the entire game. But one of my favorite moments out of all my memories of the Pro Bowl. I don't have many memories of the Pro Bowl. All right? Because it's boring. It's background noise. So I say, throw the Pro Bowl out, still send these guys to Hawaii because pretty much the only way you're going to get them to agree to do this anyway, and make them compete one-on-one. Take your best defensive linemen, pick, little squads from each team, some of the big-name players from each team, and do, your fastest guy versus our fastest guy. Have them run a 40-yard dash against each other.
Yeah, but the difference is they still don't care.
But see,
even with a competition like that, they don't care. I understand where it might be more entertaining to watch than a game.
So all these players that talk junk, the Chris Johnsons, all these guys that are, I'm the fastest player in the NFL, you're telling me they wouldn't want to prove it?
I'm telling you, I could care less to see a 40-yard dash.
Oh, I would love to watch them race each other. I would love to see the best
If I
quarterbacks
want
in the league line
to
up and
watch
do an
a foot
accuracy
race, I'll watch
contest.
Usain Bolt. I'm not looking to watch Chris Johnson,
See,
out there.
Me personally, I would like to watch that. I would love to watch Chris Johnson versus who's Doug Martin or I don't care. Just any running backs that sit there. Oh, I'm the fastest in the league, or the wide receivers that I'm the fastest in the league, or watch Julio Jones, Dez Bryant, and Calvin Johnson race each other, or watch Brady Manning, and Romo, just to throw him in here. Stand there and have a accuracy contest. Remember back in the day, they used to do the little moving signs and all that kind of stuff. And watch it. You got 30 seconds. Hit as many targets as accurately as you can.
But again, nobody cares. They may go and do it for fun, but nobody's trying. At least in the NBA, people actually take a little bit of pride in it. People take pride in the three-point contest. In hockey, people take pride in the slap shot contest, in the trick shots, in everything else. There's no point of pride when it comes to the Pro Bowl. These guys would rather just collect their little bit of extra money from the Pro Bowl, put it in their pocket, and have a free trip to Hawaii. They could care less about any of the NFL nonsense that's going on in between.
Well, I understand they could care less about the game, but that's my opinion. I really think that would be something fans would rather see.
See, I think fans would actually rather see something fight through in the chat of the 7-on-7. At least then play a little 7-on-7 flag football. Boom. Take away the hitting so nobody gets hurt. You still got a football game to watch that matters. And maybe you'll get some pride in between the quarterbacks and say, you take a squad in.
But is it
Peyton Manning
7-on-7 where it's offense, defense, or are you just 7 guys from a team versus 7 guys from a team?
I think you do it where not necessarily 7 guys from one, like Denver, and 7 guys from the Ravens. Or anything
But
like
that's
that.
what I'm just trying, because you're talking about bringing in even more people. I know they're still bringing down over 100 players anyway.
Yeah, 7-on-7. You split it up. You have some offensive guys, some defensive guys, and you play
just
7-on-7.
let them play, like how they do the All-Star celebrity games.
So you got
where
some
just play
corners
both
on
sides of the ball.
one. Maybe you got a corner, you got a linebacker, you got an offensive lineman, you got a quarterback, you got a running back, you got a receiver, and you got a tight end. There's your 7 guys. Boom. So you got somebody pretty much from every position on the field.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I would watch that, but to me, that's still a quick thing. That's not
it's still a half hour. You're not going to sit down and even in a skills competition watch 5 hours of a skill or
that's
3
what I'm trying
hours
to say.
of a skills competition.
Instead of making people waste their time with a 3-hour game that even the guys that are playing the game don't care about, the coach's staff is pissed that they're there because they were hoping to be in the Super Bowl. Because most of the time, the coaching staff is the loser of the conference championship game. Most of the time. Now, they obviously have the right to reject, and that's another thing that bothers me about the Pro Bowl. The people the players that are actually voted in by fans, 30% of them don't even go to the damn game anyway? Brady, not going. Rodgers, not going. RG3, not going.
Luck.
The entire starting 3 quarterbacks of the NFC are not going.
Mm-hmm.
It was supposed to be Rodgers, RG3, and Matt Ryan were supposed to be your starting 3, or your 3 starters of quarterbacks.
Peyton Manning's not going.
And now you've got
Russell
Russell Wilson, Drew Brees, and Eli Manning. Not saying that. I mean, come on. It's not like those are bad
but again,
quarterbacks,
they don't
but
care.
it's not who the fans voted for. But no. What I'm trying to say is, as a fan, you care. Say you really do care about the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
And you're one of those people you sign on every day, and you vote for your favorite players every day because you want to make sure they're there.
Yeah, and they're not there.
And then they're like, oh, I got a stubbed toe. I can't go. Even though in real life, if they had a Week 17 game or Week 4, just to pick a random week game, with that stubbed toe, they'd still be out there playing. But since it's a game that means absolutely nothing, they're like, I'm not going to go. And that to me is one of the worst parts about this situation, is the fact that fans get to pick the players, and then the players they pick don't even go to the game because they don't want to be there. I know, Peyton Manning's one of the few NFL players that actually likes the Pro Bowl. He thinks the Pro Bowl is a good thing. He thinks it's a good idea. But that's because Peyton Manning is that kind of guy. He likes the camaraderie of it. He likes going to see all his peers and not be competing against them, but just to have a fun week with them at practice and, get to know them. I mean, Peyton Manning hand writes letters to guys that retire that he played against. That's the kind of guy he is. He stayed after in the loss to Baltimore to hang out with Ray Lewis, brought his family so they could meet Ray Lewis. Like, that's who Peyton Manning is. So the Pro Bowl for him means something. But for the guys that just play football, they care about their teammates, and outside of that, if you're not on my team, I don't like you. These guys this means nothing to them. Nothing. And for anybody, I think the average football fan is the people that like the Pro Bowl. I think the die-hard football fans are the ones that can't stand it.
Nobody likes football. The casual fans not turning in this Sunday and going, oh, well, let me check out the Pro Bowl. Nobody's watching it. Nobody. It gets next to no ratings. I will guarantee you I will not watch it this weekend. I don't care if there's nothing else on. I will find a movie. I'm not watching it.
I don't watch it either. About 3 years ago was probably the last time I actually watched almost the whole game. No, the Sean Taylor when he hit the punter. That was the last time I actually watched the whole game because Romo was the third quarterback, so I had to wait for Romo to play.
I've never actually watched an entire Pro Bowl.
Well, I mean, I didn't, not change the channel every now and then, but I watched that one. And since then, so you're going back to when Sean Taylor was alive. Was the last time I watched a whole Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
And I've slowly watched less and less and less and less and less. And this year, somebody's like, oh, you're going to watch Pro Bowl? I'm like, no, I really have no interest in it.